As you can see, it's still very hot from the oven. And looking at me, you can see that we are both hot. So let's test this apple cake that I made. This is my first time of trying this recipe. I was sleeping when I was sleeping, and then in my sleep I was thinking of what to do today. Yeah, and what came to my mind was, why not try out a new recipe that I've not tried before? Why not try an apple cake? I was like, apple cake, okay, that's good. So I couldn't even wait to wake up. When I woke up, I just quickly said my morning prayers, got my book, and write out the recipe, the ingredients that I will be needing, how I will be doing it, like the procedure that I will follow for me to achieve this. I don't know if this recipe is in existence already. I don't know, but this was what came to my mind. Yeah, so I tried it out, and I want to test it to see how it tastes. I hope it tastes wonderful, because it does look wonderful. It does look nice and delicious, and so let's test it. So this is the piece that I cut out. Let's take a bite. What do I have to say about this cake? It's really nice. It's nice. Like, when you bite in, the first thing that you feel is the soft texture of the cake, but as you are chewing, that's when you now start getting that apple taste. And it's not too sugary. Normal cake, this other cake used to be very sugary, but this one, the sugar is neutral. Oh my god. My word. Oh my god. You can wash this thing down with a very chilled water or juice. God, this is nice. It's nice. You need to try it.
Do you know the difference between baking soda and baking powder? As a baker or as a chef that you are, maybe you know, maybe you don't. Even me self, I didn't know, so I had to do a research because I wanted to try out one recipe like that. So this is the little knowledge that I gathered from the research that I did. Baking soda is a pure sodium bicarbonate. When you hear sodium, what do you understand? Sodium is salt. It's just an inorganic salt that contains a bicarbonate anion. Yeah. So for you to get a reaction, it needs an acid for it to get a reaction. If not, it will just be there. It will not do anything. But baking powder is a mixed leavening agent that contains both salt, that contains both sodium bicarbonate and an acid like cream of tartar or a starch filler like cornstarch. So the only thing that baking powder needs for you to react is just liquid. It just needs liquid for it to react. While baking soda needs an acid for it to work. Do you understand? Then baking soda, once it gets in contact with an acid, it gives you an instant reaction, like an instant action. It starts working immediately once it gets in contact with an acidic ingredient. But for baking powder only needs a liquid, but it gives a delayed double lifting response. first response it will give is when it comes in contact with liquid, and the second response it will give is when it comes in contact with heat. Do you get? Baking soda needs an acidic ingredient for it to react because it doesn't have an acid. It's just like a salt that contains an anion. But baking powder already has the sodium and an acidic ingredient, so it just needs a liquid. Then baking soda is harsh, is very strong. So when using baking soda, you use it in a minimal quantity because it is very strong. Just a little addition of it, and then it touches an acid, it gives you a very quick and humongous rise. But baking powder is milder, so you use more of baking powder when you are baking. If you are going, okay, like now, let's say 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda ratio 1 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So do you see that baking soda is more acidic, more stronger than baking powder? So now that is why in banana bread recipe, like the one I was taught, we only use baking soda. We only used baking soda to bake our banana bread. The reason why we use baking soda to bake banana bread is because banana already has an acid in it. So the baking soda will react with the banana. That is why the banana is always added at the ending time. Like when you are done mixing your flour and the liquid ingredients, then that's when you will now pour in the banana, because immediately that baking soda comes in contact with that banana, it will start working immediately.